আমরা সবাই রাজা বিদায় করি তবু তার খুশিতে চলি আমরা নই বাধা নই কাছের রাজা কাছের রাজত্বে নইলে মোদের রাজার সঙ্গে মিলব কি শর্তে আমরা সবাই রাজা আমরা সবাই রাজা বিদায় করি তবু তার খুশিতে চলি আমরা নই বাধা নই কাছের রাজা কাছের রাজত্বে নইলে মোদের রাজার সঙ্গে মিলব কি শর্তে আমরা সবাই রাজা।
Accomplishments. I would request our current President, Mr. Firoz Khan, to conduct this poll, and our Organizing Secretary, Muhammad Haq Saim, and Executive Member, Rehana Rahman, are also requested to come to the stage.
Engineers and architects and distinguished guests. Thanks for joining us this evening for the Aabea's Gold Get Together event. Our members put a lot of efforts to present to you a memorable evening of technology and fun. Before I forget, I would like to mention a few names who worked very hard to make this get-together a success. They are Saim, Aris, Mukul, Nokib, Shilpi, Saba, Nigar, Rita, Kidi, Shamim, Akbar, Raj, Ali, and Iti. If I miss anything, any name, please forgive me. For any reason, if you find anything wrong, please blame me for that because I am the outgoing president. Now I'll go over some topics that I always thought of mentioning to you. First, I'm very proud of you all. The engineers, architects, technologists of Bangladeshi origin are doing very well in the United States. Because of their dedication, attitude, and commitment, they have been recognized as professionals of high standards and ethics. However, we are remaining isolated in many ways for being Bengali in culture. While maintaining our rich Bengali culture, we still can connect with the mainstream American culture, politics, and society. That way, we'll do even better. As Aabea members, we can help each other in finding employment opportunities. Our senior members of Aabea can also act as mentors to the new members for their career enhancement. Long time ago, I was told that do not give advice to anybody because the stupid people will not listen and the wise people do not need them. However, today I'm going to break that rule. I'm going to say a few things to the young professionals of Aabea. You must aim high. You must set a goal and work hard to achieve that goal. However, you have to be realistic in setting your goals. So, have a dream, work on it, and never give up. In my career, I found that proper planning, teamwork, open communication, good work ethics, and of course, hard work are needed to be an essential member of any organization. Now, I will tell you a little bit about a person who is known to the world as the father of teamwork design in high-rises like the buildings you see in Boston, Prudential, or Hancock. I am referring to those tall buildings. He has been called the Einstein of structural systems and the greatest structural engineer of the 20th century. Although this world-famous Bangladeshi American engineer, Dr. Fazlur Rahman Khan, left us in 1982, he left behind a legacy for which we all can learn from. This talented person, F.R. Khan, was born in Faridpur and studied at the Bengal Engineering College in Calcutta and received his bachelor's degree in civil engineering from Asatullah Engineering College, now Buet, in Dhaka. Mr. F.R. Khan received 2 scholarships to attend the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. In 3 years' time, F.R. Khan received 2 master's degrees and 1 PhD. One in mechanics of materials and structural engineering, he got the bachelor's degree, and a PhD also in structural engineering. F.R. Khan, structural engineer and architect, initiated structural systems that form the basis of tall building construction nowadays. He designed the first tallest building in the US, now known as Willis Tower in Chicago. In a blog, Yasmin Khan, his daughter, a structural engineer too, said that Dr. Khan knew how to get the best of people. Yasmin Khan also wrote that Dr. Khan and his father talked about helping people, generosity, compassion, and learning. Now, I should like to conclude by mentioning Dr. Khan discussed his perspective on the role of engineering, saying, the technical man must not be lost in his technology. He must be able to appreciate life, and life is art, drama, music, and most importantly, the people.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and there's more garbage in this jar and not as much garbage in the other jars because this jar is located in the North Pacific and where the west coast of California climate in the world and regulates the weather and the climate, and it cycles vital nutrients. Why are ocean currents important and how they affect the climate? Ocean currents bring warm waters.
1987. He is the founding president and CEO of Pristine Engineers Incorporated. He came to the United States in 1993 and pursued a career in mechanical engineering. He worked in SAR engineering. He served as the head of New England Regional Mechanical Engineering Division at Edwards and Kelsey Engineering Group and Jacobs Engineering Group. He is a registered professional engineer in 8 states: Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, and Maryland. He is a LEED accredited professional and NCPOO certified professional. He is also a member of American Society of Heating, Refrigeration, and Air Conditioning, National Fire Protection Association, and International Code. Let's welcome Mr. Ghulam Mustafa.
Incoming committee for giving me this opportunity to present this presentation. So what I have done in the past 6 projects with geothermal energy, and I will not go all of the projects. I will talk about today how geothermal system works, and one of the building I can show how it is working. Here you can see here a couple of buildings.
So she cannot say anything else. Talking about Shafiqul Islam, he's a very old buddy. He's a friend of mine. You'll be surprised to know that we were born on the same day. So I was given a script to read, and I was hoping that if I'm coming here, I would rather say when he started dating, what he did in college, what is his favorite color, and so many things I could say. But sounds like that it is a technical presentation, so I have to say exactly what I'm supposed to say. So here it goes. Dr. Shafiqul Islam bio. Dr. Shafiqul Islam is a professor of civil and environmental engineering and professor of water diplomacy at the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy at Tufts. He is the director of Water Diplomacy Initiative. I thought he's a dean also, so somebody missed it. He's an associate dean. Professor Islam's teaching and research interests center around water issues ranging from climate challenges to cholera prediction to water diplomacy with a focus on scale issues and remote sensing. His research group integrates theory and practice and think and do to create actionable water knowledge. Professor Islam maintains a diverse network of national and international partnership and engaged in a wide range of consulting and professional training practices, including flood forecasting in India, national water planning in Bangladesh, water policy planning for ExxonMobil, and advising South Asian Consortium of Interdisciplinary Water Initiatives. He is a consultant to the World Bank. Wow, I didn't know that. United States Geological Survey, Procter & Gamble, and several other governmental and non-governmental organizations. He has published more than 100 referred journals and other publications. His book on water diplomacy has been translated in multiple languages. I have a copy of that book, and he actually specifically dedicated to me. Dr. Islam's research findings have been featured in numerous media outlets, including the BBC World Service. So he's an entertainer also in the radio world. Voice of America, NPR, Boston Globe, Huffington Post, Nature, and Yale E360. Anyway, so without further introduction, so here comes my old buddy. We were born on the same day, Shafiqul Islam.
এখানে প্রচুর younger generation আছে, so I'll try to mix it both, primarily English, but I'll also try to do it in Bangla as well. তো প্রথম কথা হচ্ছে হাসান যেগুলো বলেছে এগুলো কিন্তু সব কিছু বিশ্বাস করার ব্যাপার নাই, although it's scripted, it's not really true. So let me give you at least one that he did not tell. See, he was trying to talk about all this dating and other business. So he was one of the most important ones during my wedding. So and I also have the picture, I should have probably brought that in, but I did not. So he knows many things about me, and he said that he would disclose this. I'm glad that he did not. He just said that we were only born on the same day. And this is indeed true. And it's almost impossible to happen that we live in Boston, even born on the same date. So I keep telling that it's a soulmate, and my wife keeps telling me this is wrong. You should say it's not soulmate, it's birth date mate. So I just want to make it clear. So with that, let me start this. So if you look at the title, really what I am trying to do here, there are three words, those are important here. One is, this is a renewed conversation. So meaning it's a conversation. So we want to talk and try to find out really exactly what we have been doing, and for something that is measurable in terms of action. And as we go along, you'll see really what I mean. So let's see whether it works. If you look at the top, really, this is a presentation I made in 2004. And this happened to be an interesting year, and I'll tell you in a second what it means. And that was also an Aabea presentation that was done in 2004 on December 11th. And I looked at my computer and found this slide. This is one of the slides. So there are many, many other slides. And if you look at this, and there are a few things I would like you to notice. I was making a technical presentation at that time. Aabea asked me to do this. We just moved into Boston in 2004. And 2004 is important in many ways. 2004 is the year also after 86 years, Red Sox won. So, and we thought, yeah, it has to be because we moved into Boston. And otherwise, it took 86 years and they did not do it. And it also happened in 2013 again. They also won in 2013. So 9 years. They also won in between, in 2007. And these are important years for one reason. 86 years, nothing happened. And why is this important? Because I looked at really, Aabea was created in 1984. That is the year I came to this country. Since about 30 years, there is a similar organization called Bangladesh Medical Association of North America. Very similar to Aabea. They were created in 32 years ago. Now, if you ask me really what is going on primarily is this. There are a lot of nostalgia really. See, when I hear really that Amra Shobai Raja, Amader Raja Rajotte, or Surjodoyo Tumi, Surjastho Tumi, these are essentially very much in us. We really feel very connected to the place that we came from. And that creates some uneasiness, meaning that we feel that, yeah, I came from that country, they have educated me, and now I'm here having a good life. I don't feel very good. So I want to do something. And that is exactly what I think is the sense I got talking to several people. If you ask me really why did I come here today, honestly, it's not because Aabea, it is primarily because Haris did. He is the president and he is very dedicated, very motivated that he wants to do something. And I thought it would be good really to see really what we can do. This organization existed for 30 years, Vimana existed for 32 years, and we may not be here for another 30 years really. If you look at us, really, us meaning that the group that graduated from BUET in 1983, this is 30 years. So if I look at that, and that has some implications that I will describe when I go along. Oops, I'm going backwards. So what I'll try to do really here to focus our attention to particular three things. Before we decide really what we want to do and how we want to do this, I want to talk about really why I want to do this. So I started by saying that really I feel bad, and many of us do, really, because Bangladesh has educated me, gave me a degree from BUET, and I came here, did other things, now have a very comfortable living. Then what? So I have to do something. And that idea or that feeling, I think, is in most of us. Then the problem is, what do I do? And oftentimes we try to do what to do or how to do this. So if I ask Haris, he may not like the way I try to do this. He said, no, I really want to find out what to do and do it quickly. It's fine, that's the way engineers are. You have to understand that, because engineers are primarily doers. If you notice really what Hassan was telling, what I try to do really, I try to think and do. I also want to do, because I was also trained as an engineer. And when I try to do certain things, I ask a very basic question, why am I doing this? There are many, many things I can do. So given that, why is very important. And that's what basically brings me to these three things that I talk about also in my water diplomacy framework, that first, I need to know really why am I doing this. That is my values. And then I have to find out what is my interest in this. As I told you, really, the reason I came here primarily because Haris is there and several of my friends are here, we came. Many engineers did not show up here today because they did not find it interesting. So unless they find it interesting, they will not come. So the job for us is to create it or make it interesting. If I feel interested, then I would come. Then, of course, we need tools. What to do? Yes, if I bring them here, yeah, we'll have younger kids doing some sing and dance, have some good food, have some cultural function. Those are the tools. And those tools are also very important to motivate the interest. But before that, I have to know really why am I doing this. Unless that is clear, it's very difficult really to do this. So that basically brings me here. If I go from values to tools, it allows me to think about really why am I doing this. So this is one way of doing it. And what I would argue really, most of the times, either Aabea or organization like this is not thinking like this. They are thinking more like this. Oops. What did I do?
Might have turned it off.
No, this is too complicated. You see, I think you need 3 engineers to run a PowerPoint. So, bottom, this one? Yeah, I'm here now. Yeah, I think the machine is there. That's the problem. No, I want to get the next, not slide. So, okay. Then next, how do I put the next one? Next line here. Maybe this will do. Yeah. So, the other one is the now, how we do this. That is more into know-how. Know-how is going from tools to the values. This is very different way of thinking. Do you go from tools to the values or values to the tools? You may do the same thing, but the outcome will be quite different. Like for example, I have 10 computers, I want to give it to a school in Bangladesh. That's a tool. Before I decide to do that, I need to figure out why am I doing this really? Is it going to go to school and basically become something that will just storage, or it will be useful? If it is going to be useful, in what ways is going to be useful? Then I can use those tools to be effectively serving the values that I'm trying to promote. So this is very different way of thinking about this. So what I will urge all of you to do really, and we'll do this at the end of this 6 or 7 slides that I have, is to think about along that direction. Yes, we want to do certain things. First, we need to be convinced why are we doing this. Then find out how to do this and what to do. Okay, I think we're fine. In doing this, what I have tried to do is to put ourselves in the real context, meaning that we are somewhere here in present, and that is the roots. So essentially, I'm trying to go back to the past. I came from there. This is Bangladesh. Then I live here. This is US 2004 election map. If you look at the actual electoral map, it looks red and blue. But if you really go to county by county, it is really more purple. So it's a mixture. So really, I'm not a Republican, not a Democrat. I'm somewhere in between. And it was done intentionally that way, really. So what we're trying to say, really, we are a mixture of a lot of things. And that is what we are, and that is our present, and that is where we are standing right now. What we are trying to do is go here. So we're trying to go to the future, and it's not clear exactly which lane to go. Do I really follow the lane that I came through from past, or the lane will change? Lane must change because this is a different place. This is a different time. We are different, our kids are different. I am not the same I who came really from Bangladesh in 1984, 30 years, many things have changed. For me, right now, to standing here and trying to claim that I know exactly what to do to help Bangladesh is outrageous. And I'll give you an example why I think it's outrageous. Although I grew up there, and I visit Bangladesh more often than many, I go at least once a year. I still do not think that I have an appreciation for really what is going on and what are the critical needs. So in that sense, I put this, a particular graph. This is the only graph that I'll show really from my research. So this is, I tell that, look, I'm standing in the present, and present really is 1 point, right now, November 23rd. That present really has come from many different types. Although history was once, but depending on who wrote the history, it could be quite different. To give you a very simple example, 1971 period, really, if you go to read the history from Bangladesh, Pakistan and India, same history books being taught in schools by well-respected people has very different interpretations. That means history will be even interpreted differently. Now, if you look at the people that we are here, so I'll show only one slide that in terms of present, what we have done from 2004 to 2013, not much, but little bit we have done, then I'll give you an example, just to at least make some of my friends happy. And then in the future, really, future is also very divergent. We do not exactly know really how it will look. But I'm standing in present and trying to do something that will be helpful. Helpful for whom then? What I would argue that we can design 3 types of activities. One for the roots, one for what we are doing now, and one for the future. And in those sense, really, I'll give 1 or 2 examples, then I'll open it up for see really what we can do as a group. So this is what I will show as an example from 2004. So as I said, from 2004 to 2013, 9 years, we have not done much really as a group. But at that time also really I had a lot of friends really who are here right now from 1983 batch. Boet was there, and they are here also. So what they have done really is we thought maybe, look, since we have decided to make this our home, we have to do something. And we did not know exactly what to do. We said we will not do anything really. The only thing we will do really, at least make sure that we can talk to each other. Why is that important? Because if I do not start talking in 2004, then it would be extremely difficult for me when actually crisis comes. Crisis will come. In what form, shape those crises will come, I do not know. So to give you a very tangible example really, when somebody is not feeling well, or when somebody else is having a serious problem in the family, because it is the time of our life when our parents are going to not to be with us really. So to give an example, when my father died, all of my friends came. So the question then, where did they come? Not because there are many friends who are here, not everybody came, but they felt comfortable because we already had the relationship for 6-7 years. Now something else happened, that would happen, because the reason that we feel much more comfortable. And then how do we do this? So the way we do this is very simple. So we go every first Friday of the month and just have dinner really in a place, and just nothing's fancy, and we dress all kinds of strange things. Like Farouk went to Bangladesh, he brought all these things for us, which are very nice, and we did it. And we of course, we are also very careful really, we don't exclude our beautiful spouses. We also have other things that goes on. So this is something that we did, that all the spouses came, we also dressed properly, nicely done. The reason I'm showing this is not that because I think we are doing this together, but it is an action that can be done in small groups. The question then is it possible to do it in a larger group? If it can be done with a larger group, I think then we can be very effective. So that's where I will come now. So again, going back to the roots, to the present, and to the future. So before we go there, I would like to talk about a few things that is important really when we start designing this. So what are the things that should guide us? How do I cannot just start from the vacuum. So some of the things that I would like to propose really, before we start doing this, identify a problem. And that identification is very important. So that's the diagnosis part of the problem. Once you diagnose that, then try to find out what is the intervention point. What can I do really what is different? And then try to implement certain things. So these 4 I are very important. So the example I give really is Dr. Yunus. See, Dr. Yunus really, when he started Grameen Bank, he was not really trying to be shooting for the Nobel Prize. It was a very modest goal. He found out in the villages, $60 per lady is enough really to get them out of the loan. But nobody is giving them loan because they don't have collateral. So what do? I innovate, I may make human beings collateral. So your friends become collateral. We can argue pluses and minuses of this and then how it is being abused. That's not the point. The point is it is a very interesting model. So he found out a problem, he tried to find out the intervention point, innovated, basically I cannot get the loan, and then go and implement this. And that has essentially made the Grameen Bank. To give you another example, that also happened in 2004. So there was a guy here, he graduated just from MIT that year, and he wanted to do certain things. This guy happened to be also from Bangladesh. His cousin, Nadia, did not know really how to do math. So he started doing certain things, he started putting stuff so that he can teach his cousin. And that has become Khan Academy. In 2004 it started, so basically the same day that we did also Aabea, not very long ago. And then in 2010, Bill Gates came in, he said, no really, I am also using Khan Academy for my son. That has essentially exploded this. So my basically take and my challenge for us here would be, is there something already going on that Aabea can support to fuel this so that it becomes so big, it's like an academy again. So it's not that when it started because I just want to help my cousin. Nothing bigger than that, but now I just checked, there are 6 million visitors every month for Khan Academy. 6 million visitors. And it happened because he thought he can do something that is free. Now it's free still, but there are many people who wants to give money. So I do not think money is the problem. If I want to do certain things in Bangladesh or anywhere in the world, it is not really because I don't have money. There are people who are willing to put in money if I can show that something that I am doing is useful and effective and will impact lives. Oops. I'm getting into a problem here really. And this is important here. So build on existing strengths and adjacent possible opportunities. We just do not have to reinvent. I do not have to start another organization, another NGO. Adjacent possible meaning that Khan Academy came, YouTube was there, do it. It could not have been done really big if YouTube did not.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and there's more garbage in this jar, and not as much garbage in the other jars because this jar is located in the North Pacific and where the west coast of California.
October 26th at the Burlington Mall food court. The election went through without any objection, as transparent as fair.
We congratulate them in the future.
এবার আমাদের সংক্ষিপ্ত বক্তব্য রাখবে আমাদের
Aabea, New England, and we try to do our best to make it. Our organization is appealing to everybody, and then when we started our journey like 2 years ago, but we started a long time ago, but we all the time is going negative in our financial statements. But it's the first time we made really positive impact on the lot of participants, and also we have a positive cash flow. When we started with that, we have a negative cash balance. We owe money to others. Now we have like $840 in bank.
President Dr. Hari Kawan.
It is a great pleasure to be part of the Aabea New England community. I've been with Aabea since 1992. I would like to thank all the past and current leaders of the Aabea New England for their hard work in making this organization a desirable platform for us Bangladeshi professionals. My special thanks to Shilpi Appa, Saim, Hassan, Saba, Nakib Bhai, and Firoz Bhai for re-energizing Aabea New England. We shall continue to grow. We'll find ways to sustain ourselves as a non-profit, non-political, professional organization. I believe Aabea New England can lead the national Aabea in the near future. Let me give you my brief background for everyone's benefit, mostly who do not know me well. I am a structural engineer by profession, graduated from WED in 1983, taught at WED until 1988, came to University of Rhode Island for my PhD. After that, I became a practicing structural engineer. I design for owners, design and build with contractors. I preach cooperation, cooperation, cooperation. My focus is heavy construction, bridges, tunnels, and infrastructures. Nasreen, my lovely wife, is also a practicing structural engineer. Together we have two talented sons, Nafiul and Miraj, who is in college now. We live in West Roxbury, Boston. Anyway, today's program theme, Amra Shabai Raja. Yes, we are all Raja or king, or we can say leaders. We are all leaders in our workplaces, households and communities because we do what we love to do, what we are supposed to do, and we do it well. Yes, Aabea New England can help to you sharing your leadership skills, sharing your technical skills, sharing your relation building skills. Tell us what you want out of Aabea, and we'll do our best to make it happen. We learn from each other. Together we'll enhance right values, our honesty and integrity, generosity. Our candle loses nothing when it lights another. Teamwork, we work together, not alone. Listening, we connect to our hearts by our hearts. To keep leading. Our ties, we attend social gatherings without tie to our profession or work. We keep tied to bed. I believe today's program is providing us a good point to start a healthy discussion, which has already been started by Shafiq. Let's bring our ideas out in coming months. Let us make this organization and vibrating platform befitting the 21st century. Thank you all for listening. Please enjoy the rest of the program.
October 26th at the Burlington Mall food court. The election went through without any objection, as transparent as fair.
We congratulate them in the future.
এবার আমাদের সংক্ষিপ্ত বক্তব্য রাখবে আমাদের
Seniors, especially who has done significant work in United States as well as in Bangladesh. So we like to honor this year two selected individuals who are, one is a town planner and another one is a chemical engineer. So I'll start with the town planner. His name is Mohammed Hussein Khan, and he lives in the city of Neumünster, and he works for the town of Fitchburg. And he is right now working as the MART administrator, and MART is the Massachusetts Regional Transit Authority. He has been working there for about either 40 or 35 years. He played a leading role in urban planning and development efforts in the north central Massachusetts for nearly 4 decades. And I like Mr. Shoiduddin Ahmed.
Assalamualaikum. This is a real honor offered to me to give a presentation to a friend who I know maybe more than 35 years, and he's working for the state. Right now one of his big job is he brought $180 million for the commuter system, train system here. He's a mechanical engineer, okay? But good thing is that he's older than me and he's still working. That is the good thing. Okay? So I'm very fortunate to, on behalf of Aabea, to offer this certificate for your service to the community. And
Thank you very much. Do you want to say anything to the Bangla people?
Well, it's an opportunity here in America that we all we take for granted. We should learn, we should do things, and we should apply back to our country whatever knowledge we have as much as we can. And obviously, America is a place for opportunity, and please look forward and move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. Now we are going to finish this program with the second recipient of our certificate of recognition, and this is for one of the senior engineers. In 1968, he graduated from Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Chemical Engineering, and I know him since 1964, I think, and it's a long relationship, and I'm not biased about this, recognizing him, because I know him, what he did for Bangladesh. He was the most dedicated engineer I've ever seen when I started working for the fertilizer plant in Gorashal in Dhaka city, Dhaka district. And he went through so much problem, like there was an explosion and his body was burned. But he got recovered. We are lucky that we found him all right, eventually, slowly. It took a long time. Finally, he came to the United States, and then he continued to work, and he's retiring this month, and he works for GE as a chemical engineer too. Mr. Rahman, you can come forward. And this is a small token of recognition to you. If you have any message to the younger engineers.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Respected Aabea New England members and their families. It's a great honor to be recognized by the younger and talented engineers, architects, and the people working in the related fields. And this is really pride that so many people are working here in those fields in the New England area. And I was very fascinated to reading the background of the keynote speaker, that he's working on the water resources and the availability of the water resource and what's the impact on the people's life of those resources. Because my background of working most of my career in this country was based on the process and EPC side of the manufacturing of the water treatment equipment based on the water, what is already available, water resources, and their impact for those implementation of this, using the water resources to make it useful for human and the industrial uses. So thank you for everybody, and I wish everybody, the youngest talented engineers and the members, to be successful in their life and contribute to the society.
One of our engineers, Albeli Hawk, CLP, she lives around us, somewhere in Lexington maybe. And this book is Science, Literacy, and Innovative Alternatives. She's a great researcher, and you may look for this book to read and go through and give your comments. Thank you very much.
It's an important skill that our youth must learn in order to succeed and shine in their personal and professional.
proudly we hail as the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies and were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets proclaim the Lord singing that the flag was still there. Oh, say can that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ বন্ধুদের।
আমরা সবাই রাজা, আমরা সবাই রাজা, আমাদেরই রাজার রাজত্বে, নইলে মোদের রাজার আমাদেরই রাজার রাজত্বে, নইলে মোদের রাজার শোনে মিলব কি সত্যে, আমরা সবাই রাজা। আমরা যা খুশি তাই করি, আমরা যা খুশি তাই করি, তবু তার খুশিতে চলি। আমরা নই বাধা নই দাসের রাজা, দাসের রাজত্বে, নইলে মোদের রাজার সঙ্গে মিলব কি সত্যে, আমরা সবাই রাজা। নইলে মোদের রাজার সঙ্গে মিলব কি সত্যে, রাজার সবারে দেন মান, সে মান আপনি ফিরে পান, মোদের সবাই রাজা। আমরা যা খুশি তাই করি, তবু তার খুশিতে চলি। আমরা যা খুশি তাই করি, তবু তার খুশিতে চলি। আমরা নই বাধারে দাসের রাজা, দাসের দাসত্বে, নইলে মোদের রাজার শোনে মিলব কি সত্যে, আমরা সবাই রাজা। আমরা সবাই রাজা, আমাদেরই রাজার রাজত্বে, নইলে মোদের রাজার শোনে মিলব কি সত্যে, আমরা সবাই রাজা। রাজা সবার দেন মান, সে মান আপনি ফিরে পান, রাজা সবার দেন মান, সে মান আপনি ফিরে পান, মোদের খাটো করে রাখি আমরা আসতে, নইলে মোদের রাজার সঙ্গে মিলব কি সত্যে, আমরা সবাই রাজা। আমরা মোর I think that's enough. আমরা জাস্ট ট্রাই করেছি যে মারা বাচ্চাদের সাথে হামিং এন্ড মিউজিক থ্রুতে একটা বন্ডিং তৈরি করা। গত 2 মাস ধরেই নানান জায়গায় নানান রকম আমি চেষ্টা করা হচ্ছে। আই হোপ আপনারা আমাদের ছোট্ট পরিবেশনটা লাইক করেছেন। আমাদের ছোট্ট একটা বন্ধু
সন্ধ্যা, আমি প্রিয়তা সায়রা ইমাম, তোমাদেরকে আমি একটি সুকুমার রায়ের কবিতা লেখা শোনাব। কবিতার নাম পথপাখি। শুনতে পেলুম পোস্তা গিয়ে, তোমার নাকি মেয়ের বিয়ে, গঙ্গারামকে পাত্র পেলে, জানতে চাও সে কেমন ছেলে? মন্দ নয় সে পাত্র ভালো, রং যদিও বেজায় কালো, তার উপরে মুখের গঠন অনেকটা ঠিক পেঁচার মতন। বুদ্ধি বলছি মশাই, ঘুমনি ছেলে অধ্যাবসায়। 19বার ম্যাট্রিক এসে ঘায়ে পায়ে পায়ে স্বপ্ন শেষে বিষয় আসলে গরিব বেজায় কষ্টে সৃষ্টে দিন চলছে মানুষগুলোর ভাইগুলিটা একটা পাগল আর একটা গোয়া আরেক কিসের তৈরি করে যা করে না গেছেন গেলে কনিষ্ঠটি তবলা বাজায় যাত্রা যারা পাঁচ টাকা গঙ্গার একটু কে বলছে বিলের জল আর পান দিয়ে কিন্তু যারা উচ্চ ঘর বংশরাজের বংশধর শ্যামলা কি কিন্তু তারা উচ্চ ঘর কংসরাজের বংশধর শ্যামলাহিন্দি বনগ্রামের কি যেন হয় গঙ্গা নামে যা হোক এবার পাঠ করতে গেলে এমনকি আমার ছেলে ধন্যবাদ ফিতে চিরনিয়ারায় না, চিরনিয়ারায় না। জিত পরা লাল পেরেটিয়ে রং শাড়ি চাই, মন ভরে রাগ নিয়ে হলো মুখ ভারী তাই, পাতা পরা পান দেব মান কেন চায় না, চাই তার লাল ফিতে চিরনিয়ারায় না, চিরনিয়ারায় না। ছোট থেকে বড় যদি কোনো দিন হতে চাও, ভালো করে মন দিয়ে লেখাপড়া শিখে নাও, দুষ্টুমি করে যে কেউ তারে চায় না, চাই তার লাল ফিতে চিরনিয়ারায় না, চিরনিয়ারায় না। লাল জুতি কাকাতুয়া ধরেছে যে বায়না, চাই তার লাল ফিতে চিরনিয়ারায় না, চিরনিয়ারায় না, চিরনিয়ারায় না।
সাঁওতালরা বাংলাদেশের উত্তর পশ্চিম অঞ্চলে এবং ভারতের উত্তর পূর্ব প্রদেশ, ঝাড়খণ্ড, পশ্চিম বাংলা, বিহার ও উড়িষ্যায় বাস করে। ওরা হাজার হাজার বছর ধরে ওখানকার প্রাকৃতিক পরিবেশে বাস করছে। যে জায়গায় ওরা থাকে আর যে মাটিতে ওরা চাষ করে, তার জন্য ওদের গভীর শ্রদ্ধা। সাঁওতালদের নিজস্ব ভাষা, সংস্কৃতি আর সামাজিক প্রথা ওদেরকে অন্য আদিবাসীদের থেকে আলাদা করে।
সাঁওতালরা নাচ ও গানে অনেক পারদর্শী। বাঙালিদের মতো ওরাও 12 মাসে 13 পার্বণ উদযাপন করে। সাঁওতালি মেয়েরা ফুল ও বিভিন্ন আকারের অলংকার দিয়ে সাজতে ভালোবাসে। বিদ্রোহী ও জাতীয় কবি কাজী নজরুল ইসলাম সাঁওতালদের সুর ও ছন্দে অনুপ্রাণিত হয়েছিলেন। উনি ঝুমুর তালে বেশ কিছু গান লিখেন, যেমন ঝুমঝুম ঝুমরা, নাচ নেচে কে এলো রে, এবং চুরির তালে নুরির মালা রিনি ঝিনি বাজে রে, খোপার দলে বনফুলের ফুলে।
ওরা একটা চমৎকার পোস্টার বানিয়েছে। আশা করি আপনারা ডোনেট করে ওদেরকে সাহায্য করবেন।
আমাদের ছোটদের সাংস্কৃতিক অনুষ্ঠান পর্ব এখানেই শেষ হতে যাচ্ছে। মূল নির্দেশনায় ছিলেন তানজিনা ফয়েজ নিগার।
আমাদের এই ছোট্ট চেষ্টাটুকু আপনাদের ভালো লেগেছে। ধন্যবাদ।
ফুলে ফুলে স্বপ্নে জলবুনি নিজের হারায় সুরের মায়ায় আজ মনে হয় এই নিরালায় বাতাসের আবেশে চলে যায় অজানা দেশে বাতাসের আবেশে চলে যায় অজানা দেশে পাখিরা যেখানে শুধু পরনের কাকলি শোনায় আজ মনে হয় এই নিরালায় সারাদিন ছন্দের গান শুনি আমি এক স্বপ্নে জলবুনি নিজের হারায় সুরের মায়ায় আজ মনে হয় এই নিরালায় কি যেন বলে গো আমায় আজ পৃথিবীতে